Welcome to Hospitality, our summer edition. Hope everyone's had a great summer so far. Excited to have you here at our board meeting. This is our third board meeting of the new association. Want to go over a couple of quick things about you should know for the past quarter, and then talk about some things that as board members you should be aware of that's coming up in the upcoming quarter. Believe it or not, we finished 6 events in this past quarter between the trade show and the 3 pilots on the local area and the new hiring events. Our team that normally handles 2 to 3 big events in a year tackled 6 events in a quarter. And while these things were great and trial and we learned so much, I think our team was beat and ready to be done by the time we finished the last pilot in Pierce County. So a lot of that, and I'm sure you'll hear the details of those events from our team members. Speaking of team members, we got 7 new team members this quarter. That's almost 15% of our staff talking to about how important the association, our mission, onboarding them to our culture, and how much we try to help our members succeed, and how much we're trying to help this association become the preeminent association in the world. A lot of new stuff going on, and when you teach someone, this takes away from the core mission for a brief amount of time while you get them onboarded. And while we're excited about our team members, we're certainly going through that right now. Also, this has been our quarter of planning. I get excited about planning. I know you do too. But after we left the last board meeting with our new mission and 2 of the departments had new goals, there have been multiple team retreats. There's been leadership team retreats. Lots of people trying new ideas and putting them in writing for plans for the upcoming year. And so if you sit on a committee, you should be hearing about all kinds of exciting stuff for 17, 18, and beyond. If you're not, ask your department head and your staff what's going on and what we should be excited about for next year's plan, what's new and what's going away. And on a personal note, I will be out, or have been out, for about 3 weeks getting my ACL and my meniscus replaced. So if you didn't hear from me in July, it's just because the voicemail didn't get changed. I was laid up and drugged. But I'm excited to be here today. So what's going on in August, September, and October? We'll be finalizing those new plans and putting a budget to them, so when we get here in October, we can introduce you to our new budget. Getting back to events, the GA will be doing 6 regionals around the state, getting feedback on our legislative agenda and our priorities for the upcoming year. And lastly, we'll start to enact some of our restructuring things that are in those plans. It's cool to be talking about restructuring not from a point of crisis, but from a point of what is our potential and where are we taking the industry to. And a lot of the restructure we'll be talking about in biz dev, potential of a new chief level member of our team, in IO and in Education Foundation and beyond, is how do we take where we are today to preeminent? And what does our structure look like to get us there? And we do a lot of that work in recruiting team members and talking about future in this upcoming quarter. Welcome to Hospitality today, summer edition. I'm looking forward to talking to all of you all day long. Thank you.
Hi, John Lane, Director of Local Government Affairs. This past quarter, one of the things we've been working on is the sweetened beverage tax in Seattle, Spokane, and in Tacoma. Unfortunately, a sweetened beverage tax did pass in Seattle, but we were deeply engaged in working on to try and craft a better outcome for our members, and we did make some movement in that aspect. We were successful in Spokane and working with others to stop the sweetened beverage tax, and thus far we've managed to keep it at bay in Tacoma before it's moved there. So we'll keep working on that issue. And unfortunately, we got some bad news on I-124. The judge ruled about a week ago against us on all the accounts. So we are working with the American Hotel and Lodging Association to sort of determine next steps at this point. Looking forward, we're gearing up for elections in this coming fall, and so we've been very engaged in that. And excited to announce that we have our new member starting in Tacoma Pierce County this quarter, and we're starting in our new communications person, so we're really getting the local government affairs team kind of squared away and moving forward. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Lex Stefan-Maceno. I'm the Director of Communications and Technology for the Washington Hospitality Association. And first I want to go into the top 2 challenges that we've had in the past quarter. One of them is the volume of communications needed to support our local events, such as the summits, the hiring events, and so forth. What's resulted is basically a workload of survival for our entire team for 2 to 3 months now. And it's so it has been taxing. The nice thing is we love what we do, and we love serving you. So It hasn't been tiring in that way, but it has been a lot of work, and it has been a lot of effort from the team. So it's going to be nice to take a little bit of a deep breath and focus on other areas of the organization over the next coming quarter. But that definitely has been one of the challenges. The next challenge is we unfortunately lost one of our team members, Wendy Hughes, who started last year as the Spokane communications embed with government affairs. And she's been doing a fine job, but we've also been able to hire internally with one of our staff members, Morgan Huther, who now takes over her role. In the process, that any transition is always a challenge and always provides some hiccups for us. But she's doing well as well. The top two opportunities moving forward, we learned a lot from Wendy when she served that role of local communications, government affairs embed, and we'll be able to apply a lot of those lessons as we onboard Morgan as well. So we learned a lot of lessons. There's a lot of things that we are able to apply and help Morgan in her growth, and we hope to get the best out of Morgan as she starts into her new role. Secondly, our Wazoo study is going to be coming out, the results of that coming out later this summer. And around that, we are working with the PR experts that we have contracted with, as well as from Wazoo, to put together a communications plan to help get this out across the state. This is the first study of its kind ever done in this industry, and will probably be a model for the rest of the country. But this is a very important piece of information that will be valuable to our members, that will help them do their business and help them succeed. And so we're very excited to roll this out. But we all know that you got to have, if you're going to roll out a great program like this, you have to have a very good communications plan to make sure you understand it and are able to absorb it and apply it into your business and the bottom line. That said, very excited about this coming quarter, and thank you very much for your time, and I hope you have a great summer as well.
Hi, I'm Nadja Hogander. I am here to talk to you about what's going on in the Education Foundation. So this last quarter, we had two amazing hiring events, one in Tacoma and one in Seattle. Tacoma, we had 65 people hired on the spot, and in Seattle, we had 85 folks hired on the spot. There is a fantastic article that just came out in Seattle Times. And the other great thing that we did this last quarter was really partnering with Pac Mountain Workforce Development. And we received $21,000 in funding that we probably are going to net about 15 grand that's going to go right back into the foundation, specifically through ProStart. And it is really taking that curriculum and using it as a upskilling curriculum. So next quarter, it's all about golf. And as you know, we always ask you to participate in some form or fashion, ideally sponsorship, auction item donation, but really to have a good time and come and actually golf. So it's going to be up on the website, and you can register right away. You can talk to Michelle Holmes if you would like to sponsor a hole, but any questions, just direct them to me. But we want you to come out and get excited for September 19th.
Hi, I'm Stephen Sweeney. I'm the Membership Director for the Washington Hospitality Association, and I'd just like to cover a couple of challenges we had last quarter. We had open territories. We had 3 open territories continuing last quarter between different openings and hirings. And then also we had some issues with retention. Members are dropping their investment levels. Last month we had 4 NSF checks. I haven't heard this happening before, so we're kind of concerned about how times are getting, so we're really keeping an eye on that. A couple of opportunities that I'm looking forward to this next quarter is that we hired a new area associate out of the Washington State University Hospitality and Business Management program, and they'll be covering the open territories and the Southwest Territory. So now we'll finally have backup for when we do have people leave and while they're getting on board and trained. The other thing I'm looking forward to is we've hired a couple of other new ACs for the Snohomish and the East King territories. So these are 2 territories that haven't had coverage very consistently in the past, and I'm hoping that these 2 folks are able to bring some attention that's been needing there for a while and looking to hopefully gain quite a few new members in those territories. Thank you very much. Look forward to seeing you. Bye.
Hi, board members. This is Ken at BizDev. Going to give you my quarterly update on what's going on in BizDev. So this last quarter, we had to replace our credit card processing specialist again. So we're kind of slowing down a little bit in that area, unfortunately, through our second person, now on our third person in that role on a new program. So a little frustrated with that, but we're getting through it. 4 major events this last quarter. We did 3 summits. We piloted one in Spokane, one in Seattle, and one in Tacoma. And then also our Northwest Food Service show, the annual regional trade show. We did this last quarter. And then also we modified our 2-year goals. MSC wanted to align our 2-year goals with the main board goals. And then the main board ratified those goals for 2018 moving forward. So we're excited about that. Next quarter, or this quarter here coming up, since we had our 2-year goals adjusted through MSC and ratified by the board, we're going into reorg and planning for 18 moving forward. And then this quarter, we prep and prepare in our planning our major sponsors, our summits, so we'll have those 5 to 6 summits we need to plan for, our convention, and then our marketing plan that we prep for next year. So that's kind of it for this quarter. We got a lot more going on than that, but those are the highlights, okay? Look forward to seeing you soon.